Today, I have part 3 of my series about Shia LaBeouf. In this one, um, it's titled, Is Shia Homophobic? Because he had the question, is if that's homophobic, then I'm that. And people have they've leaned into that and they've been calling him homophobic. So I'm seeking to answer the question, is Shia homophobic? Here's how I would answer it. So, and this is based off of what's been revealed to me. I haven't seen your whole life, but in this interview, you describe.
I'll be honest with you, big gay people are scary to me.
What do you mean?
When I'm like standing by myself and 3 gay dudes are next to me touching my leg, I get scared. I'm sorry. If that's homophobic, then I'm that.
Yeah. Does that happen a lot?
No, it just happened one time.
Recently?
Well, that's why I got arrested.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's where you pose the question, like, if that's homophobic, then I'm that. So you say things like, big people are scary, or big gay people are scary to me. And then you said, when I'm like standing by myself and 3 gay dudes are next to me touching my leg, I get scared. If that's homophobic, then I'm that. So, I'm going to answer your question, like, if that's is that situation homophobic, what you're experiencing? I don't think that's homophobic. I think that is situational awareness and recognition of a potential threat of sexual assault. Men are beasts with lust for power, control, money, and sex, who oftentimes resort to acts of violence to obtain fulfillment of their lusts. Most of the time, Shia doesn't have to worry about the threat of sexual assault because those that are sexually attracted to him are typically women who are physically weaker. They can't overpower Shia into having unwanted sex with them. Sexual assault is a threat when those who have a desire for you are greater in physical stature or in numbers. So most of Shia's life, he's never had to worry about the threat of being a victim of sexual assault. And with homosexuality and men that are bigger than him that desire sexual gratification from men, it's like, well, in those situations, now he has to experience what it's like being positioned as, the threat, a potential victim of sexual assault. It's not going to be from women. It's going to be from homosexual men that are bigger than him or more numerous than him. So, like with that comment, men are beasts with lust for power, control, money, and sex, who oftentimes resort to acts of violence. So that's talked about in James 4. What is the source of quarrels and conflicts among you is not the source your pleasures that wage war in your members. You lust and do not have, so you commit murder. You are envious and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. So if men don't get what they want, they'll use violence and force to take it. And that's like men generally, like mankind, but I think it's also predominantly found in the male gender as opposed to women or females. So here's also an example in 2 Samuel 13 when Amnon forced his sister Tamar into having sex with him, and she was a victim of that sexual abuse. And it was because he was stronger than her. He's saying, come lie with me, and she declines, and she pleads with him not to, with wisdom. It's like, it's for your good, and it's for my good, and it's for the glory of the kingdom that you don't do this. And And it's like, speak to the king, he will not withhold me from you. Like, she's not saying no. It's like, can you just do this in an orderly way? I'm not trying to withhold myself from you, but if you want to seek fulfillment, can we at least do it in accord with the will of God? However, he would not listen to her since he was stronger than she. He violated her and lay with her. Because he had more physical power, he raped his sister. That's where sexual assault occurs, when it's like you have a desire and you want it fulfilled, and you're willing to use your resources to seek fulfillment, even when the other party is against it. And it's like a common thing. So when Absalom sees Tamar, then Absalom, her brother, said to her, "Has Amnon, your brother, been with you?" It's like he saw her sorrow, and it's like it's like he already knew what caused it. It's like, it's just sad. It's like, it's so predominant. It's like, oh yeah, your brother Amnon has been with you. Yep. So, like in that situation that you're describing, like if three big straight men came next to me and made contact with my leg, in any way, accidental, intentional, they sat close to me. If they made contact with my leg, I would feel threatened, and I could possibly have a similar response that you had out of fear. If three big straight men did that to me, I'd probably have the similar response that you did. And if they were black men, that response, like given the right circumstances and how like they acted towards me, like I'm not going to say like I wouldn't have spoken racial slurs against them. Like given the right circumstances, they could have provoked me to possibly say racial slurs against them. I only know of one, and I don't like say it. I don't think it, so I don't know. Like it's not part of my vocabulary, and I don't really hear like racial slurs. So I would say that it might be like unlikely that I would say racial slurs, but it's not, I can't say what I wouldn't do in certain circumstances. Like if three black men that were straight came and did to me what you were describing, there might be a situation where I'm provoked into saying racial slurs against them. But also, like, looking back, when black men have pursued me, like, romantically or being interested, it was very respectful and it was a nice experience, and I probably should have, like, settled down with a black man. Like, with white men, like, looking back, that has been a horrible experience. It's love bombing, it's chaos, it's emotional instability, it's manipulation, deception, inability to communicate. And I end up finding that they're secretly DL. They love attention from men. They love receiving respect from men. They want the admiration from men. They want the attention from men. They want the eyes of men to be on them, and they use women as a tool to get respect and honor from men. They love men, and they want men to love them, and they use women as a tool to get that. It's like, I want a woman because how other men will view me. That's what I've experienced with white men. So when I say like I might be provoked to say a racial slur given the right circumstances, I have no issues with black men. Looking back, I like all the black men that have pursued me. I don't think I like realized that's what it was at the time, but looking back, I'm like, I think he was interested in me, and it wasn't just it was a coworker, and he would come and he was like, "Hey, I went home for lunch and I made these lobster tails, so I brought you a lobster tail for lunch. I made these at my house. Here's lunch. It's lobster tail. Here you go." And I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks. Like, this is nice." And then he bought me, when Christmas time came around, he's like, "What you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "I'm really into Tom's shoes." And he's like, "What size?" I'm like a 10, 9.5, 10. I got huge feet. And he bought me shoes for Christmas. And then I was attending this cult. And then he was even like, hey, can we meet up? I have a check for that cult that you go to. And he wrote $100 as like, tithing, giving. Um, oh, this girl's religious. Let me give money to that cult she's going to. So yeah, when black men have pursued me, they were respectful, they were nice. They didn't use this love bombing, chaos, emotional instability. Um, I think white men are the problem. I see it. They're privileged. I don't want to say everything that I think, but I think some issues that white men have could be fixed if we um, sent them to jail or prison for maybe like three days and 3 nights in an unrecorded room with men of greater stature than them. Black men, white men, put them in a room with three big gay men. Um, and if that's how, if white men use their power and their force to seek satisfaction for their lust for money, power, control, sex, it's like put them in a position where they're vulnerable, where they're in a vulnerable state. And let's see how do they like it when now they're in a position to receive harm and be the recipient of sexual acts that are unwanted. And I think in order for that to be brought about, it's going to be brought about by gay men. And I think that would solve a lot of problems that white men have, or maybe some. I haven't seen it in black men. I've only seen it in white men. In order for them to gain the empathy and compassion of what it's like on the other side when they treat women like this, I think they have to experience it themselves. It's just an idea, okay? I don't make decisions, but I think it could solve a lot of their problems. Um, and like what you said, don't be gay on my lap.
I'm good with gay. Be gay over there, though. Don't be gay in my lap.
I agree. I understand what you're saying. Like personally, I'm attracted to men. I'm not attracted to women. Men as described as in the Bible, as opposed to children in men's bodies. Personally, like, I'm not gay. I'm not attracted to the opposite gender. I do think that attraction is outside of God's order for creation. And it's like against the will of God, and it's against how God has designed men and women to function. But I think straight religious men that I have experience with have greater ways in which they lack conformity to the order that God has created in creation. Like I've seen men, like they use their power to devour widows' houses. Oh, let's prey upon the weak. Let's overpower women. Let's overpower those weaker than us. Instead of using my power to actually grow and build them, I'm going to use my power to exercise my dominance over. I'm going to use it to inflict harm towards the weak in order to keep them in line. Like that is more disorderly, I believe, than homosexuality. So, and it's like, I can't change them. I can only like show them who God is. And if God wants to change them, like God's going to have to bring that about. If they have that desire, like I can't change that. So like personally, like with homosexuality, and like also I want to, well, these things about Shia. So like, I don't think you're not homophobic. You shared a blanket with a man while in OPP and you said you would kiss Jesus's feet. And I believe you when you said that you paid for transition surgeries when you're fucking around on the internet with all this money. If you're still doing that, let me know. If you're still fucking around on the internet trying to blow money, I have a Starbucks and Lululemon budget that I'm looking to fill. So yeah, I don't think you're homophobic. And like personally, I want to learn how to do those dances on TikTok, but I want to do them with people and I want to learn them with someone that is physically stronger than myself. I would want to learn them with a male. Um, and if I was to seek out like dance lessons in order to make TikTok videos with another man, I would be looking for a gay man. I would want a homosexual man that does dancing. Like if I'm gonna learn dance from a man, it's a homosexual. You would have to be a homosexual man. I'm not gonna do it from a straight man, because I don't trust them. Um, so it's kind of like they're a eunuch, but you don't have to like mutilate the flesh. They're kind of like eunuchs already. Like they don't have that desire for women. It's like they're a eunuch. So like I think there's purpose in creation. So until straight men can exercise self-control over their sexual desires, well, it's like the alternative is that um, there's gay men. God is allowing gay men to be gay so that women can seek them out and not feel threatened by their presence because, they're not attracted to them. So straight men, instead of being, accusing men of being homosexuals, finding fault with them, like, well, fix your own sexual disorders before you start attacking the homosexual men. So, yep, I would seek out a gay man to give me dance lessons and do TikTok videos with me. Shia, you actually might be the only straight man that I would feel comfortable, doing those TikTok dances with. From your interview, it looks like you have the self-control to not give full vent to that desire. Like if I told you, like you go to Mardi Gras to chase ass, that's what you do there. But if I was like, hey Shia, I don't want you to chase ass towards me, I think you could respect that and you would have the self-control and the mental discipline to not allow that thought to give full reign in your mind and lead you to unwanted contact from my end. So I think you would be the only straight man that I would take dance lessons from and do TikTok dances with. If not Shia, then a gay man. So that's my position on homosexuality. It's not for me. Don't be gay in my lap. And honestly, like, men are supposed to be a source of strength for women, and I haven't found that in any of my friends that are of the male gender in the circle, the friend groups that I've been with. So I'd probably be searching to pick up, if there were lesbians that were more physically stronger, I'd probably be searching out like strong lesbian friends also, to be a source of strength for me. I'm not getting it from the men. I'm not getting it from those relationships. So if I need friendships that are, they can be a protector, and I'm not going to get it from men. Okay, I'm going to find a lesbian woman who will be my friend, but not be interested in me, and she can be my protector, because I'm not getting it from the men. So that's part 3. Is Shia homophobic? No, I don't think he's homophobic. I think he was just in a position where he had to go through the experience of the threat that he might be a victim of sexual assault, brought about by, because he says big gay men scare me. Big. Not like Like if it was a small gay man, I don't think Shia would be scared because yeah, this guy's not going to force unwanted sex upon me. But if you're a big gay man, well, that's now that threat is actually a potential. Um, or if it's three, they're more numerous. They can overpower me. So he's not homophobic. He just recognizes a situation of situational awareness and recognition of a potential threat of sexual assault. That's it. He should feel that way. He should recognize the threat and be on guard against it. So is Shia homophobic? No, he's not homophobic. Okay.